Can't get in there, can you? Oh, there you go.
I waited painfully for not to fall again, trying to silence the fear within me.
When the growing season, the vegetation itself was very similar to their homeland. These Swedish immigrants would put all their belongings on their back and walk inland, sometimes as far as 100 miles to their new homesteads. Also in later years, they started to run a daily trip using 2 different steamboats to give daily access to St. Paul from Taylor's Falls. One boat would leave from. Now this will bring us to our first rock formation on our trip today. It's actually the most significant rock formation of the trip. It's also the best time of day to see it. It is the large stone cross for which the St. Croix River actually received its name from the French explorer Daniel Duluth in the year 1679. Now if you go downstream to the left-hand Wisconsin cliff line, about 1.5 blocks downstream from us here, it's on the upper half of the bare vertical cliff. The sun is shining directly on it, and at this time of day it actually stands out quite nicely. Usually I hardly have to point it out on these trips because it's so nicely highlighted by the shadows. If you're still having a hard time seeing it though, go off to the left-hand Wisconsin shoreline. Follow the shoreline downstream until you come to the tallest bare vertical cliff you can see. With very little. Now I've been accused of having a very overactive imagination here at the boat company. They tell me after 20 years here on the river, I tend to see things in these large rocks. But I feel if you continue to watch the area of the cross as we go back past it, and you look back up at it, it will turn into the profile of our first president, George Washington. Very similar to the way his face appears on a quarter. You got a quarter in your pocket, why don't you take it out? Just see how close I actually am. It's coming up just off to the front left of the bow of the boat. It's a rather large stone face of George Washington. He takes up the entire cliff line. He's looking back upstream. He's about midship now. For those of you in the back of the boat, it may take you just a minute to see him. She's nervous. She's being married for the 3rd time, and they just get easier every time. Well, at the end of the trip that night, she walked back up to Mike and told Mike that if she ever got married again, well, it was unlikely, but it would be right back here at the boat company. Just downstream is their main picnic area.
I smell food.
Further downstream is their group campsite.
You keep it.
Wisconsin continental United States. Now, being such a clean river, we host a wide variety of fish native to both Minnesota.
I want to go get the paddle wheel.
Our largest being the river sturgeon and the Iowa trout. Now, the river sturgeon have been caught next to. I have one final story here before I have my commentary tonight. Kind of a unique story about the island that's just downstream from us here in front of the boat. What's unique about that island is prior to 1932 it actually wasn't there. It was high up on the sandstone cliff off to the front right of the boat. In 1932 the contractor was hired to build Highway 8 through that sandstone cliff. Not only did he manage to blow out over 200 windows in the surrounding area, but he dammed this river.
Lot more. But anyway, this is a tune about kids and how fast they grow. It goes like this.
Cat's in the cradle.
My child arrived just the other day. He came into the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch, bills to pay. Learned to walk while I was away. He was talking before I knew it, and as he grew he'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue, the man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when. We'll get together then. You know we'll have a good time then. Steel ferns, and she left fully loaded for Cleveland. Later that night when the ship's bell rang, could it be the north wind they were feeling? Supper time came, the old cook came on deck saying, fellas, it's too rough to feed you. 7 p.m. they made hatch vacated. He said, fellas, it's been good to know you. So the captain wired in, she had water coming in. midshipman sure was in peril. Later that night we relaxed and out of sight in the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn their minutes to hours? Searchers all say they'd have made Whitefish Bay if they'd put 15 more miles behind her in the Maritime Sailors Cathedral. The church bell had chimed till the rain 29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald. Lives on from the Chippewa down for the big lake they call Hitchcock. Superior is said never gives up her dead when the skies in November turn gloomy.